lot of speakers. You should be good.
Hey, John.
I started not to come. I got a presentation today, so.
Good afternoon. We're calling our regular meeting to order. At this time, I will ask you to silence your cell phones, and we'll have our roll call by Mr. Clerk.
Dominic.
Present.
Lyndon Johnson. Jackson. Lynn. Bowman.
Present.
Cawthorn.
Present.
Gage Watts.
Present.
Middleton.
Yep.
Atkins.
Here.
Chavez.
Here, sir.
Smith.
Present.
Lewis Johnson. Present. We have a quorum, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. We'll have our invocation by Commissioner Doug Dominic, and we'll have our Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner John Atkins. Please stand.
Bow our heads. Your gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for all the wonderful things you've done. Just ask and pray that you will forgive us in our many sins and be with us each and every day. Be with us as we go forward with our business of the parish. I ask and pray a special prayer for the residents and citizens of our area, including our parish employees, our state, and our nation. Just watch over and protect us each and every day. In your precious holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in facing the flag and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under God.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, commissioners, for the prayer and the pledge. Do we have any agenda additions?
I have none.
Okay. Citizens' comments? Any cards?
No, ma'am, I have no cards.
Okay, citizens who wish to address the commission on any issue other than zoning, please fill out a comment card located in the chamber foyer and return to the president or the clerk of the commission. Individual comments are limited to 3 minutes. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Next, we need to adopt the regular session minutes from July 3rd.
So moved. Second.
Was moved by Commissioner Mike Middleton and second by Commissioner Parliamentarian Gerald Bowman. Please vote. And that passes 10-0. Next item.
This time, adopt the special session minutes from July 18th.
So moved.
Second, it was moved by Commissioner Lynn Carthorne and second by the chair. Please vote. Okay, that passes 10-0. Next item.
We have no visitors. We move to special resolutions. Special resolution of recognition to Adam and Megan Cahern, Louisiana Farm Bureau's 2019 Young Farmer and Rancher Achievement Award.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
That was moved by Commissioner Doug Dominic, and that was second by Commissioner John Atkins, and I'm sure that passes by acclamation. I would ask if you would please stand at this time.
In the name and by the authority of the Caddo Parish Commission, resolution of recognition to Adam and Megan Cahern. Whereas the Caddo Parish Commission is always pleased to observe and enjoy the accomplishments of those parish sons and daughters who have excelled in their chosen fields and who have gone forth to attain success and distinction in state and national arenas. And whereas Adam and Megan of Gillum, Louisiana, raise cattle, operate a commercial hay farm, a trucking company, and a few more things to keep them busy year-round, along with raising a 9-month-old son. He'd like to be 9. They became the Farm Bureau's top young farmer and rancher during the 97th annual Louisiana Farm Bureau Convention in New Orleans. And whereas Adam and Megan are first-generation farmers, they understand the business of farming has become more challenging. So they utilize creativity and diversity to sustain their successful operations. Adam grew up cutting hay with his grandfather, and that interest led to what has become a way of life for him and Megan. Megan, although still working a regular job, she enjoys being in the field with their cattle. Together, the Caherns believe their family lifestyle energizes them and strengthens the bonds of their family. Now therefore be it resolved by the Caddo Parish Commission meeting in legal and regular session this 8th day of August 2019 that it does hereby extend its most sincere expressions of congratulation and appreciation to Adam and Megan Carn upon the occasion of their selection for the Louisiana Farm Bureau's 2019 Young Farmer and Rancher Achievement Award. Be it further resolved that the Caddo Parish Commission does entreat all citizens of Caddo Parish in northwest Louisiana to be cognizant and appreciative of the degree to which Adam and Megan's achievements, in combination with their exemplary personal demeanor and character, serve to reflect great honor upon their home, and wish them the best of luck as they grow their successful farm, business, and family. Signed, Stormy Gage Watts, President. Doug Dominic, District 1.
You may be seated. Thank you.
So, guys, I just wanted to take time out to recognize Adam. I've known him for several years when he was younger. It's just great that, I don't know if y'all know that, I'm from a farming community, grew up on a farm, and know and understand the difficulties of trying to make that. And it's great to have young guys come up, and I know that you've kind of excelled in the diversity of doing different things, and it takes that these days. He's been married to Megan. They got a 9-month-old son. She couldn't be here today because she had to work. But that's a great honor. It's a great honor for our area to be named the Young Farmer for Farm Bureau. And, we're looking for great things in the future for you. So keep up the good work, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, Mr. Clerk.
This time we move to special resolution of recognition to Miss Leslie McMurray, Happy Belly's Italian Ice Factory.
That was moved by Commissioner Mike Middleton.
Second.
And that was seconded by Commissioner John Atkins. Please stand.
Hello, everyone. This is Leslie and her husband, Tim. They have Happy Belly's concrete, I think they call it, and ice cream and all kinds of stuff on Uri Drive. So, Todd, if you would, please.
In the name and by the authority of the Caddo Parish Commission, proclamation, whereas the Caddo Parish Commission is desirous of extending recognition and congratulations to individuals and organizations which contribute much to the strengthening and the well-being of the community and the whole parish. And whereas women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of Caddo Parish in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. And whereas Leslie McMurray has played an important economic role by providing a thriving business in the life of the citizens of this city and parish. And whereas Leslie opened the Happy Belly Italian Ice Factory at 5710 Uri Drive on August 23rd, 2008, and for 11 years now has provided the finest ingredients to go into creating the best frozen treats you will find anywhere in northwest Louisiana. And whereas Happy Belly Italian Ice Factory is a 100% female-owned business, but recognizes her success has come from the support of her husband, Tim, daughter, Katie, and all her employees over the last 11 years. And whereas Happy Belly Italian Ice Factory, Happy Belly's motto has been to provide a superior product with excellent customer service while creating a place that is enjoyed by its patrons and also requested by local organizations as a tool to raise money for worthwhile projects because of their attention and love of the community. Now therefore be it resolved by the Caddo Parish Commission that it does hereby extend its most sincere, heartfelt expressions of congratulation and appreciation to Miss Leslie McMurray for her praiseworthy achievements. Finally, therefore be it resolved by the Caddo Parish Commission that it does proudly proclaim and recognize on this Thursday, August 8th, as Leslie McMurray and Happy Belly Italian Ice Factory Month. Signed, Stormy Gage Watts, President, Mari Chavez, Vice President, Mike Middleton, District 8.
Thank you all. You all may be seated.
I'll speak as, I knew that our president, she always likes to recognize folks, ladies and minorities and all that do something really good in our community, and this is really good. Leslie and I, we met at LA Tech, and I remember it was advanced grammar. I thought, I should be able to do pretty good at this. She could take this lady, Dr. Johnson, I remember her name, Fran Johnson, she could take 5-word sentence and almost fail you. But she didn't intend to do that. And I didn't fail, neither did Leslie, but we got through that. So anyhow, I've known her for many, many years, and you'll see her little trailer go around town. And like I said, helping out folks on fundraisers or special events is a great thing. And she just probably needs a bigger place. You see kids from you see people from 9 days old all the way up to 90 plus come through there, and they're going to make their trip there. And the most recent thing that they've gotten really successful with is Disney's Pineapple Dole, which is one of the most popular things there is at Disney World. So anyhow, Leslie, would you like to say a few more?
I'm just honored beyond belief. It's hard to believe that it was 11 years ago, and it'll be 11 years ago next year that we opened, and I can still remember standing in this same building right here with my husband trying to get all of our permits and everything, and just crossing our fingers that you guys would give us the chance, and we just want to thank you. 11 years and we're going strong, so I appreciate everything.
Congratulations.
And she had surgery about 2 weeks ago, so we're going to let her get back to her
Yes.
health. Okay?
Thank you so much. I
Congratulations.
appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Next, we move to communications and committee reports, administration responses to information requests from commissioners.
I see no one on the board. Commissioner Mike Middleton.
Yes, thank you. We just had a natural resources meeting in the back. Unfortunately, we did not have a quorum, but we did have Ms. Laura Ashley Overdyke, who is in the back, still going to watch some of this meeting. And it was the best presentation, one of the best presentations I've seen anyone make to us, particularly when it has to do with Caddo Lake and the resources of it. It was fantastic. Thank you again, Laura, and look forward to hearing more from you. And that was it. And so we didn't have any action since we didn't have a quorum. But thank you for coming today, Laura.
Thank you, Commissioner Middleton. Commissioner John Atkins.
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to let all my colleagues know that, as you all know, there were some minor recommendations that came out of the recent external audits that were done, in particular with respect to the processes for NGO and economic development. These were not big, momentous issues. They were just some process improvement recommendations that were made. So I've been speaking with Attorney Frazier about the best way to approach that, and administration is recommending we work through the Economic Development Committee and the NGO committee to implement those changes. So we'll just need to work through our processes. So the Finance Committee will soon be reaching out to NGO and Economic Development to talk about how to iron out some of those minor issues that were raised in the external audit. So thank you very much. That's it,
Commissioner
Madam.
Atkins, can I ask you, were those recommendations that were made?
They were minor. They refer to things as major issues and minor issues, and they were raised as specific issues, but minor issues. So they were recommended as things to consider,
Okay.
to review and consider methodologies for improving that.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Matthew Lynn.
This coming Saturday, starting early in the morning before it gets blistering hot, we will have the second annual Rolling of the Bulls, where the Shreveport-Bossier roller derbies will dress up as bulls, and everybody that wants to can wear white with a red scarf and be matadors and roll through Columbia Park at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. The event is from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. and there will be a slip and slide. Strictly everything is plastic. Any containers that you bring plastic. Dogs on leashes are allowed, and Robinson Rescue free spay and neuter gift certificates will be given away to the best bull and the best matador, and hopefully y'all can show up, and bathing suits are welcome. That's all, Madam President.
Sounds like fun, Commissioner Lynn. Thank you. Parliamentarian Bowman.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to say, and to Commissioner John Atkins, and in regards to the NGO process, and the statements that were made. As chair of that committee, I appreciate that and look forward to meeting with the Finance Committee and everyone else, including yourself and the rest of the commission as we continue to move progressively and productively. That's all, Madam President.
Thank you, Parliamentarian Bowman. Mr. Clerk, would you please read this MPC letter?
Okay. It says, Madam President, thank you for the opportunity to serve the Parish of Caddo and the city of Shreveport. For over 3 years, I've had the privilege of serving with very capable and competent colleagues on the Metropolitan Planning Commission, and I'm proud to say that I believe the commission is as strong as ever at this point. I had the honor of twice being elected chairman in my 3 years of service, and I'm grateful to my colleagues for their investment of trust in my service. I can say without equivocation or fear of contradiction that the MPC is better today than when I arrived as an appointed member. The credit for that goes to my colleagues who have been steadfast and a committed staff of professional individuals at the MPC. During my appointment, there were some things that transpired at many levels of government that I thought to be shameful and conspiratorial. But I'm overjoyed to have watched much of that shameful behavior dissipate over several months. I'm proud to have come on board during what some saw as a tumultuous time, but I relish being part of righting the ship and creating an even stronger infrastructure at the MPC. It was also a joy to help identify and appoint a long-serving member of our staff as a current executive director. Finally, during my tenure, I'm proud to have been part of some improvement that you should note for record. Financial stability, restoration of full funding from Shreveport City Council and Parish Commission, intergovernmental relations, reestablishment of positive working relationship with Shreveport City Council and Caddo Parish Commission, reestablish positive working relationship with the City of Shreveport and Caddo Parish Administration and all departments of each body. Number 3, public relations. Successfully hosted the Louisiana chapter of American Planning Association annual conference in Shreveport-Bossier, established a positive working relation with the Shreveport Chamber of Commerce Development Committee. Customer service, number 4. Developed a streamlined public opinion survey and made it accessible to the public for comment. Streamlined application process. The application process was reduced from 8 weeks to 6 weeks for all zoning, special use permits, and major and minor subdivision cases. Innovation automation. A new online permitting and application processing software was recently launched. The My Government Online software will enable citizens to file and pay fees for the development projects online in lieu of filing paper copies in person at the office. At this point, the software is live and in the soft launch phase as the software is continually tested and refined. A public launch is expected in the next few weeks after initial testing and refinement is complete. Renewed emphasis on MPC Master Plan Subcommittee. Establishment of a regular scheduled meeting with the intent of accomplishing special goals each month. 7, organizational restructuring. Reorganize the staffing in order to place more on emphasis on zoning enforcement and community and neighborhood planning. The GIS department was folded into the Land Development Division, utilizing planning staff to perform GIS-related functions. One additional zoning inspector position was created, and 2 neighborhood planning positions were created. Additionally, a staff member was assigned to the Permit Center to assist in plan review and permitting functions. 8, continued refinement of the Unified Development Code. The UDC is constantly being evaluated by staff in order to respond to emerging development trends and technologies, as well as identifying impediments to development while maintaining consistency with the Shreveport-Caddo Great Expectation 2030 Master Plan. Number 9, Regional Thoroughfare Plan. On December 5th, 2018, the MVC approved an amendment to the 2030 Great Expectations Master Plan to include a Regional Thoroughfare Plan. Regrettably, I no longer have the available time to continue in service to this appointment. Please receive this letter of resignation as my sign of my gratitude for the confidence you showed me in appointing me, as well as an attempted counting of my stewardship during said appointment. Thanks again for the opportunity to serve. Sincerely, Theron Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And my response to that was, Pastor Jackson, we are extremely grateful for your dedicated service and sacrifice. During your tenure, you have implemented major positive impacts for Caddo Parish and Shreveport, Louisiana. Thank you for your collective efforts in working to ensure and make improvements in various capacities. It has been an honor to have your esteemed leadership, which inevitably led to overcoming many of the challenges. We accept your resignation letter with best regards and humbly satisfied with your professional work in the business world. We appreciate you loaning your expertise to this journey. If there's anything we can do, please don't hesitate to call us. Wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. Sincerely, President Stormy Gage Watts, Caddo Parish Commissioner, District 7. With that being said, I thought that it was imperative that it was publicly read of all the accomplishments that was made during that tenure. And Commissioners, this does leave a vacancy for us to fulfill. So if you would submit all those resumes by email in our normal protocol to our commission clerk, Mr. Todd Hopkins, at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Parliamentarian Bowman.
Oh, I just wanted to say to the outgoing director, Dr. Theron Jackson, for a good job, well done.
Thank you.
That's all.
Okay. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, we'll the President's report.
I'm
will
going
be
to
held at
move it to the end. Thank
Okay.
you.
We had no public hearing on zoning ordinances, no public hearing on ordinances, no zoning ordinances for final passage, no ordinances for final passage. We move to zoning ordinances for introduction by title. Zoning case 19-303P in regards to ordinance number 5890 of 2019, amending the zoning of property located on the south side of South Lakeshore Drive, approximately 1,500 feet northeast of Duncan Road, Caddo Parish, Louisiana, from R17 Single Family Residential Zoning District to R112 Single Family Residential District. Applicant Colin Christian.
Okay.
Next, we move to ordinances for introduction by title. Ordinance number 5892 to amend and reenact section 2-51 of the Code of Ordinances of the Caddo Parish of Caddo relative to the Departments of Finance and Human Resources. Ordinance number 5893 of 2019 to grant an encroachment of Provincetown Drive, a public residential street, for the purpose of construction of an access gate according to Chapter 40 of the Code of Ordinances. Next, we need to ratify the minutes
So
from
moved.
July 1st.
Second.
Okay, that was moved by the chair, and that was seconded by Commissioner Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please vote. And that passes 10 with 2 out of the chamber. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Next, we move to resolutions. Resolution number 57, authorizing the request of special exemptions to the requirement of LSARS 18-532 that no precinct shall contain less than 300 registered active voters within its geographic.
adopt. Second.
Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Lyndon B. Johnson, and that was seconded by Commissioner Doug Dominic. Would you like to speak on your motion, Commissioner? Okay, please vote. And that passes 11 with 1 out of the chamber. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Resolution number 58 of 2019, support the Hidden Heroes, Caddo Parish military and veteran caregivers.
So moved.
Second.
That was moved by Commissioner Mike Middleton, and that was seconded by Parliamentarian Bowman. I see Vice President Chavez.
I didn't know if one of them wanted to
No,
make
go
it.
ahead.
Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the motion and the second. I know I brought this forward. This derives from our meeting in Clark County at NACO this summer. I was invited to an intimate dinner with some of the hidden heroes or the spouses of veterans that had PTSD and different situations that they came back from war. And it was nice hearing the flip side of the caregivers and their trials of going to get help for their wounded warrior. And a lot of people don't give them the credit, but and oftentimes they end up gaining the PTSD of the people that they're caring for, because they have to deal with the heartbreak and everything that's dealt with that. They lose their time, they lose employment, and they kind of get lost in the thank yous, because everybody's always thanking the veterans, but they never thank the wives and the mothers and the fathers that are taking care of our veterans. And after meeting with this organization, I know Dr. Wilson does really well with putting out information for the parish at the front, and our local VA, I know personally because I'm a veteran, we have a really great VA, but we don't often look at the caregivers that are in our community. And I thought I'd like to come back, and that's one thing that we push for, is how do we help our local caregivers and recognize them and give them the avenue to the tools that they need to help be better caregivers for our community. So thanks for your guys on support of this. If you have any questions, I'll be free to answer them after this meeting. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Vice President Chavez. Commissioner Stephen Jackson.
Yeah, I'd like to ask a question here in public meeting, Commissioner Chavez. I appreciate you for bringing this, but I just want to kind of be clear, if I understand you correct, that you traveled and you went off and you discovered something that could be done here or we can improve upon here. Am I hearing you correct?
Chair, may I answer that?
Yes, you may. I'm sorry.
Commissioner, absolutely. I agree with the sentiments that I think you share, that at the end of the day, we can't stay in our own backyard and look at each other and have a progressive parish by doing things the way we've always done. We have to go out of these walls and look at new technology, new ideas, new programs, and bring back the gold that has made other cities and parishes and counties successful and implement them here. I think that's what you're getting at. This is obviously one of those things that's going to make us a better parish. So thanks for bringing that up.
Hallelujah.
Madam Chair, I just want
Peace
to
on earth.
commend Commissioner Chavez for getting that. I learned so much at NACO this year as well, and I'll be putting forth some resolutions for us to send to Congress as well as to NACO. But this is just one of those examples, as Commissioner Chavez highlighted, that when we go off, we're not taking vacation, we're learning and we're coming back, putting some of these practices back to work. And I would encourage all of us, as we go off and do those things, to come back and put the theory that we've learned into application here at home. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Point well taken. Commissioner John Atkins.
Thank you, Madam President. I'll just say all things in moderation, all things in moderation. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Commissioner Atkins. Parliamentary involvement.
Can you explain?
I guess we're
the
going to
level
have
of moderation?
a certain cap on the budget travel, huh? It's already there. Okay, maybe we'll
I think I
extend
don't
it.
put it there.
I just wanted to say, as always, Vice President Chavez, you not only talk the talk, but you walk the walk, and that's admirable of you, not only from NACO, but what you do all around, representing not only the military, but just mankind himself. And you've always been a good friend
Thanks,
to me
Commissioner.
as well, and I just can't wait to see how far you go in life, and just keep it up.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I know that was extra, President, but I had to get it out to him.
Commissioner Lynn Carthorne, were you on the board?
Oh, that's been a while ago.
I saw you push the button, but it's not on. So his button apparently is not working to speak. So if you need to speak and you don't see your name, please let me know.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. There's no other discussion. Please vote.
Mr. Bond? Yes, sir.
Who?
You got it.
Okay, and that passes 12-0. Next item, please,
Next, we
sir.
move to Resolution 60 of 2019, approving the holding of an election in Caddo Parish Fire District Number 3, State of Louisiana, on Saturday, November 16th, 2019, to authorize the levy of a sales and use tax therein.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Lewis Johnson, and that was seconded by Commissioner Stephen Jackson.
I would like to just ask a question.
Okay, Commissioner Johnson, would you like to speak on your motion?
Not at this time.
Okay. Commissioner Stephen Jackson.
I just want to clarify, since people say they don't necessarily know what we're doing up here, just want to clarify that this is not raising any tax. This is just levying what's already there, or?
That's correct.
And this is pledging what is already there?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct? Finance, legal?
I appreciate it.
Is that what we got here?
Right, yeah, this is just putting on there an existing, I believe it is an existing tax, is that correct, Commissioner? Or is this a new?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah, this is just simply renewing an existing
Renewing what's
tax.
already
That's
there.
it.
And it's simply approving the fire district to,
Pledge it
and they're not
election.
pledging it
To
to,
bond
but,
it.
but to, no, they're not
to the
bonding it.
voters.
They're collecting it.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
It's only, so, but yes, that's correct. This is just giving the fire district the authority to hold an election to collect the sales tax of 1%, which they already are doing.
Thank you. I just want to make sure I don't violate my no new taxes pledge.
No, he did.
That's it, Commissioner Jackson.
That's it.
You're safe.
Commissioner Lewis Johnson.
Thank you, and thank you, Commissioner Jackson. District 3 is a station that's in Greenwood, and needless to say is that they had received for many years a tax assistance and tax base from the GM plant, and when that went away as well. So literally they've had some challenges to maintain, but they've done a good job in that respect. So this is what only assists them in, to maintain what they're doing now, which is why I support them. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Lewis Johnson. Commissioner Doug Dominic.
Yeah, I just wanted to clear up any misunderstanding. All the fire districts are a political subdivision that are created by the parish. They're their own district. They're just created by us, and under Louisiana law, whenever they're going to put an issue on the ballot such as this, we have to approve it. So we're just basically allowing them to move forward with holding this election, and it typically always happens. So I definitely will support this, and I think it's something we need to do.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, see no further discussion. Please vote. That passes 12-0. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Resolution 61, support of Arkansas Red River Commission sponsorship of a Red River navigation study.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And that was moved by Commissioner Matthew Lynn, and that was seconded by Commissioner Stephen Jackson. Commissioner Matthew Lynn, would you like to speak on your motion?
I would. Thank you, Madam President. A month ago on July the 9th, I attended a meeting at the Coordinating Development Committee in Bossier. This was held by FEMA, and the discussion of the meeting was that there is this year for ready-to-go plans, $300 million available to the state of Louisiana for floodplain control. So if you have a shovel-ready plan, they wanted it submitted to be done this year. They wanted to see something happen. So Caddo Parish, the city of Shreveport, we could all submit something to slow down the water flowing into the Red River so that the inner city would not flood. This plan also was a smaller part of $1 billion that's going to be spent next year. So the total plan was $1.3 billion. In conversation with Butch Ford and Wanda Bennett from Bossier, they were going to put something similar to this forward with Bossier Parish, in that if Arkansas had a lock and dam like Caddo Parish does, maybe they could share some of our silt, and then our river wouldn't keep, the bottom wouldn't keep rising on us. And so we support them in their efforts to build a lock and dam. Also, this would slow down water so that ships traveling north on the Red River would be able to do so without using so much fuel. But what really stops ships from trading on the Red River is that in order to steer yourself, you have to go faster than the current of the water, and the Red River travels quickly. And so these large boats have to travel faster than whatever the river is in order to be able to steer, which is dangerous due to their size. And another lock and dam would slow down that flow of water so that we could navigate larger boats safely on the Red River. But ultimately, this is to help with the $1.3 billion in total spending allowable to the state of Louisiana as a whole for stormwater control, stormwater runoff control, which I hope next year my commissioners will pay attention to, and that engineering for Caddo Parish will have some shovel-ready plans ready to go so that we can eradicate the flooding in Caddo Parish. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Commissioner Matthew Lynn. Commissioner Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, this is a question for Matthew. Matthew, in that discussion, was there any plan submitted as far as Caddo Bojan?
Caddo
Or as
Parish-
dredging?
Caddo Parish did not have any shovel-ready plans prepared, and so Caddo Parish did not participate in the request of any of this money.
Was it any talk about dredging of the red?
Dredging of the red was talked, and it was decided against for the most part, because they're going through a completely separate bucket of money to dredge, and so the bucket of money to dredge is going to be coming from the Corps of Engineers. The FEMA money, none of it is going towards dredging, is what they said, that all of it is going to what they say, catch it where it falls, and so catching the water wherever it hits, slowing the flow to the drainage ditches, and having it filter into our aquifer at a slow rate rather than doing concrete and getting it to Bayou Pierre and Wallace Lake as fast as you can, which ultimately dumps it into the Red River as fast as you can. The Red River, in case anybody doesn't know, goes to the Atchafalaya River, and the Atchafalaya River then dumps it into the Mississippi. When the Mississippi is as high as it was this year, it was actually a record set that beat the 1927 record.
Come on, Professor.
I didn't ask all that.
Okay.
Come on, Professor.
You asked
Thank-
Matthew? Oh, no, just joking. Go ahead.
I'll
So-
give you history.
So the other dam will be north of Shreveport in Caddo Parish somewhere, or would
It
it
would-
be at the Arkansas line?
Arkansas. This is supporting the state of Arkansas in their efforts to build another lock and dam, which they are moving towards.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, that's it, Commissioner Lyndon B. Johnson.
Madam President,
Maybe? Commissioner John Atkins.
just to be clear, Matthew, we're just providing our moral support for this project, correct? Okay.
There is no monetary value allowed, and also Caddo Parish, it is illegal for us to spend money outside the parish.
Thank you.
So we couldn't if we wanted.
Thank you, Commissioner Atkins. I see no further discussion. Please vote. Okay, and that passes 12-0. Next item.
Resolution number 62, authorizing the execution of cooperative
So move for
endeavor agreement
adoption.
between Caddo Parish
Second.
Council.
Second.
Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Stephen Jackson, and that was seconded by Parliamentarian Bowman.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Jackson, would you like to speak on your motion? Okay, please vote. Okay, and that passes 12-0. Commissioner Stephen Jackson, are you on the board?
That's an accident.
Okay.
Okay, next we move to resolution number 63, authorize the addition of Crawford Road Bridge into the federal off-system bridge rehabilitation
So
and
moved.
replacement program.
Second.
And that was moved by Commissioner Doug Dominic, and that was seconded by Commissioner Mike Middleton. Okay. Commissioner Doug Dominic, would you like to speak on your motion?
No, I'm good.
Right? See no further discussion, please vote. Okay, that passes 12-0. Next item.
Next we move to resolution number 64, resolution regarding funding, including emergency funding, to secure Red River levee and particularly the Douglas Island revetment at River Mile 230.1-228.6R.
So moved by the
Second.
chair, and that was seconded by Parliamentarian Bowman. And this is also, I will speak on this motion. This is a funding request, actually, for emergency funding. And this is a mirror of what the city of Shreveport has already requested in the resolution form. Many of us around this horseshoe has dealt with flooding in our respective districts since 2015, having 100-year floods. So we are reaching towards getting some assistance with funding with this resolution.
Federal?
Yes. Thank you. See no other
Good
discussion?
job.
Please vote. And that passes 12-0. Next item.
Resolution 65, recognizing August 7th as Purple Heart Day in Caddo Parish.
Moved by the chair.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mike Middleton. And we just want to take a moment to say to all of the Purple Heart recipients that we thank you for your service and we thank you for your sacrifice. And I also would like to add Vice President Mario Chavez to this as the co-sponsor of this resolution. And thank you to our facilitator and Director of Maintenance, Mr. Kevin Lawrence, for making sure that the lights are purple at our courthouse here in Caddo Parish, and they will remain purple until Monday. So thank you so much for making that happen. See no other discussion? Please vote.
That's cool. I thought it was Prince's birthday.
No, it wasn't for Purple Rain.
Oh, it's Prince.
And it
Prince's
don't belong
birthday.
to no fraternity.
Oh, not a fraternity either. Good
Mr. Johnson,
observation.
Mr. Lyndon Johnson?
Omega
Yes,
Psi
sir.
Phi.
And that passes 12-0.
We'll get blamed for that too.
We have no old business. We move to new business. Extend the register of voters application deadline.
Second.
Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Mike Middleton, and that was seconded by Commissioner Lewis Johnson. Commissioner Mike Middleton, would you like to speak on your motion, sir?
No, I think it's pretty evident why we need to do it.
Okay.
It's mentioned in it.
Okay. Commissioner Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yeah, I would like the clerk to give the explanation to the public so that they would know why we extending this.
Thank you.
We know, but the public doesn't.
Right. What happened, we have to, by law, we have to advertise the vacancy of the clerk and then the deadline to accept those applications. We have to do that through our official journal and the next largest paper. Well, our official journal failed to do the first week, so we had to come back and extend it. So we meet all the government regulations and statutes for the state of Louisiana in selecting the register of voters. So that just delayed us a little bit, but we could not move forward from there.
And our official journal is, Mr. Clerk?
The Caddo Citizen, the Shreveport Sun.
Okay, and that's the only place that we do most of our advertising.
We do that, but we also advertise this specific one in the Shreveport Times.
Correct.
Yes. I think that's the one that we vote on to make sure that they're our official journal.
That's correct.
I think that they should pay a little bit more attention to something that's coming from Caddo Parish Commission.
I
Thank
do
you.
not disagree.
Commissioner Lyndon B. Johnson, you still have the floor?
I'm good. I just want the public to know that, so I won't get called and say, well, why we extending?
Okay, thank you, sir. Commissioner Stephen Jackson?
Yeah, do we have a count on where we are with applicants yet?
I don't have exact count, but I do believe we're right at 15 now.
Okay,
Okay,
that's it. Thank you.
So
Okay.
this, if we can, Madam, may I say just a couple
Yes,
more
sir.
things, just for information? If we do it to the 15th, extend it to the 15th, it'll throw our timeline off a little bit, because I believe y'all wanted to come back on the 19th and reset the schedule. But since we're at 15 now, we could have some more between now and then.
Okay.
and that's to reset our schedule for interviews,
That's correct.
Okay.
just making it public information. Okay, Commissioner Stephen
That's
Jackson?
it for me. Thank you.
Okay, see no further discussion, please vote.
Okay, I need, let's see, Mr. Middleton, and Ms. Gage Watts, try yours again.
I'm on,
Yeah.
I'm on, yes.
It's frozen.
Yeah, okay,
Okay, that passes 12-0. Next item.
next reappointment to the Shreveport Bossier Sports Commission, Mr. Billy Montgomery.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Mike Middleton, and that was seconded by Commissioner Doug Dominic.
Other way around.
Okay, that was moved by Commissioner Doug Dominic, and that was second by Commissioner Mike Middleton. Commissioner Dominic, would you like to speak on your motion?
No, no, I'm good.
Okay, see no other discussion, please vote.
Steve.
Okay, and that passes 12-0.
Next, we move to communications committee reports.
All right. Vice President Chavez.
Thank you, President. Monday, I didn't get a chance to do communiques. Our meeting ended abruptly, but I know a lot of people gave thank yous to the student worker program, but I think a couple people got left out. And Dr. Wilson, this is obviously evidence of your leadership, specifically people like Mr. Perry. We run through the student program, and we put these kids in place, which a lot of them have never had any work skills, and sometimes not the best home skills. And I know personally that Mr. Perry has taken a lot of these kids under his wing and mentored them, and he's not the only person, but the staff. My thank you is to those guys, because they're the unsung heroes that really taught the kids how to be better student workers and setting them up for success in the future. It's easy for us to get up here and push buttons, appropriate funds, and say, look at what we did. But then the people like Mr. Perry have to stand up and be a mentor and really make sure the kid gets there every day, show them how to be properly dressed, how to be on time, and all the things that set them up for success. So simultaneously, us having a student program, I think, Dr. Wilson, you've set up a mentor program without even knowing it. So thanks for your leadership in that. To Travis and Kelvin, I've been sending a lot of things over when it comes to CPAWS, and the system has gotten very efficient. It only takes about 20 minutes, and I get an email response back with a case number and then a resolution that day on what took place at that location. So guys, you're doing a great job. I appreciate that. Other than that, wanted to recognize former state rep Roy Burrell. I see him out there, and he had been recognized.
Yes.
So Roy, thanks for coming to our meeting. And back to you, Chair.
All right, thank you, sir. Parliamentarian Bowman,
We'll go to, can I defer to Lynn?
just get back on the board.
Okay, take off.
Okay, Commissioner Matthew Lynn.
Yes, and saving the best for last. The focus of Rolling Up with the Bulls is to bring attention to the bull breeds. Caddo Parish Animal Services, unfortunately, has to put down a disproportionate large number. The largest number of dogs that we put down are bull breeds. And so this is bringing attention to it's not the dog, a lot of times it's the owner. And so we will be adopting out bull breeds that day, and the rolling of the bulls is to bring attention to the friendliness and the adoptability of the bull breeds, especially the bull breeds that we have available at Caddo Parish Animal Services. Thank you. Oh, the time is from 8 o'clock in the morning till 1 p.m. and there will be water and Gatorade and a slip and slide and rolling with the bulls. Thank you. That's all, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Stephen Jackson.
Yes. Want to, Clay, can you come up?
Yes, sir.
Just curious, are we bursting at the seams at the juvenile detention center? Is it an epidemic going on? Is there just, I just like to.
Same as we talked about before, we've actually had a relatively high summer. Contrary to what people think, the summer is relatively low in juvenile detention. We normally see more serious cases, but smaller numbers.
Mm-hmm.
We've been in the 20s in the last week or so, but we've not gone over 24 since March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still maintaining. I think a lot of that is due to the officers utilizing the misdemeanor referral center and using summons. Again, we're just still preparing for July 1st of next year.
So y'all hadn't had to let any killers out or anything like that?
We have not been over 24, so we hadn't had to let anybody out that we felt needed to be held.
Okay. Boy, that was it.
Okay.
It's like that every once in a while. I want to thank Animal Services. Kind of echo what Commissioner Chavez said. I called some stuff in over at North Highland. Travis, I'll shoot you a note. Travis or Kelvin, whoever's sitting there.
Kelvin's here. Travis
Okay.
is doing the interview right now.
Okay. And I think probably what we need to do, Kelvin, is probably set those traps on Wednesday night, because I think those residents put their trash out Wednesday night for Thursday, and that's when a lot of the critters get to roaming. So I'll touch bases with you on that. But as far as efficiency, the rapid response time and just the thoroughness. I know we're dealing with the situation over there on Wesley as well. I think that's Wesley or Booth. It's Patrice on Booth, I think. I don't know if that's just going to be an SPD issue or if we're just going to kind of back out of that because it's starting to seem like it's more of a personality challenge. But if y'all could keep me in the loop on what we're doing from a animal services perspective on that part. Also want to just announce that Stony Hill Action Group will be meeting tonight at 5:30 at the Valencia Community Center. Thank you, Dr. Wilson and Ms. Bryant, for meeting with Ms. Smith and myself. Also, the Allendale Strong will have their monthly meeting tonight starting at 6:30 on, I think, 1513 Clay Street. I know it's Clay Street, but at their Allendale Friendship House. And I didn't know rolling with the Bulls didn't include putting on skates and stuff, so.
It does include skates.
Okay, it'll be a shock to me if I can get that.
It's rolling with the Bulls. They roll on skates.
Gotcha. Well, be glad to attend this Saturday. Also, the great organization, Miss Katina, or Katrina, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Miss Katina, thank y'all, and Doug, thank y'all for the support that they've gotten. That will take place this weekend at 3 p.m. at Booker T. Washington from 3 to 6, another backpack giveaway. And thank Parks and Recreation and their staff for the work that they've done with our Safe Summer initiatives. I saw that they were feeding the summer workers on Friday, as well as the back to school giveaways. I've been to at least 4 now where Parks and Recreation is being a part of it. I know there are others in other districts. So I appreciate them. I know we put a lot of work on them in the summertime. So hopefully, Dr. Wilson, you give them some flex time or something, maybe later on in the year when things kind of calm down. But the community appreciates it. Those families appreciate it, and I certainly appreciate the work that they're doing. So thank you.
We've already inspected the Bessie Smith Park.
Okay.
And we'll be out there Monday to make some minor repairs.
Okay.
I know you're gonna be talking to them tonight.
Okay.
So we've already did the inspection.
That'll work.
We'll be out there and have it taken care of for us a week.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Wilson. Thank you, Erica, and thank you to your staff. Appreciate it. That's it for me, Madam President.
All right. Parliamentarian Bowman, you back on the board?
I don't know. I was supposed to.
Are you gonna be at the end?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna do this again. We're back on the board. Commissioner Lynn Carthorne.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. I just want to remind everyone sitting around the horseshoe this weekend at LSUS, U2 Incorporated is a nonprofit local organization that promotes first-generation college students. We'll be doing a trunk giveaway from 9 to 12 at the UC, at the LSUS UC this weekend, so you guys can come out and support. They are soliciting testimonials from people who are first-generation college students to support the students who will be in attendance. Thanks.
Is it? Now,
Yes.
Is it open to anybody? Do they have to register or just?
Oh, you have to go to U2 to register for it. U2 Incorporated.
Okay.
The letter U
Yeah,
and the
the
number
word
2.
U, the letter, the word 22, comma, INC.
Gotcha.
Tell them that website again. It's for the people. not
Oh, U2 Incorporated.
for you. All right. Is that it?
Yes, thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Mike Middleton.
Thank you. Well, I don't want to be a political analyst, but we'll say this right now. We have 2 new elected by default commissioners in the room today. And I'm going to acknowledge mine, which is Mr. Jim Talaferro in the back, will be my replacement next year, as long as he makes it over the next 7 minutes. And Gerald, you got one too, and that's all I want to say, and I appreciate it.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and do this now. I'll say more probably in the future, but I do want to recognize and congratulate former state representative, Mr. Roy Burrell, who's present today, who I also support. You can please stand. Yes, sir. And also great person of support, and I have something to say later on, but I do want everyone to know that I'll still be around, and I still am here representing District 5 until January, and we'll be working together, and I have confidence in knowing that he is a great person for continuing this. I also want you to know that I can't tell you exactly what's next, but I will just say stay tuned. I will be around very soon. I also do want to say this, since I am up here talking. I have appreciated and have been so grateful. I'm humble. Didn't want to do this, but this has been a great time. I've had the best memories to even share. I've gained a new family. I have friends I could truly call friends. I can literally call people around this horseshoe friends. We've disagreed to agree, and I love you, John Atkins. I do. Mario Chavez, you know I love you. And then it goes without saying, Johnson, everybody around this horseshoe. Stormy. I thank you for being just who you are. I'm so proud of you. And I just enjoy time spent, and I thank the citizens for even caring and blessing me 2 times to be elected to where I am. And I know that it's not by my own merit, it's by my mom's favor, it's by the people's favor, it's by God's grace and mercy. And I will never, ever forget this experience, and I truly, truly will take this with me all the days of my life, but you'll see me soon. Thank you all.
Still had 3 minutes left.
Be strong. Commissioner Lewis Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. West Shreveport Alliance will have a meeting on Thursday, August 15th. Bill Cockrell, and the invited guests will be the West Shreveport elected officials, so we'll be there for our community meeting. Also, I have a guest here. He's from California, and he has family. He's moving back and forth between here and Greenwood. He has a lot of property there, and he's looking at coming here and starting a business. Mr. Draper from California, he's here. I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Clark before at the end of the meeting, so you can talk about some of your property and that type of thing. So thanks for coming to the meeting today, sir. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Commissioner Johnson.
Welcome back.
If my board is stuck.
You done?
All right, I got it cleared out.
2 minutes.
We have no citizen comments, other cards for citizen comments.
Okay.
No, we have.
No, now we have the president's report. And then we can be
At the
adjourned.
end?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not long. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do this slow pace. Mr. Glass, got some information for me?
Yes, I do.
Right.
I'm on the phone, I was late, but I'll give it to you after the
Okay. Thank you. Director Samuel, thank you so much for taking care of my elderly constituents and making sure that you help them with that rodent problem. I hope that code enforcement does something soon about those tires that's causing that problem. That's the underlying cause over there. But thank you so much. She always calls and always says to make sure that I say thank you to you all for seeing about her. Commissioner Jackson has already announced that we have several backpack giveaways over the weekend. He mentioned Booker T's at 3 p.m., but we also have one at Bill Cockrell at 10. So we want to make sure that the kids get out and get those backpacks. Everyone in Caddo Parish should have a backpack from all of the giveaways that are out there. But it's a very fun day. It's a pep rally to get the kids excited about going back to school, and a lot of the commissioners go out and greet them during this time. I'll be out of town this weekend, but I do have a very special letter that I like to read to all of the kids who are going back to school. So if you're watching and you're a parent, please share this with your kids. If you can dream it, you can become it. With God's blessings and your determination, all things are possible to those who believe it will be so. The sky is the limit. Let your deeds be honorable and not only to be recognized. Give your entire dedication to your assignments and undivided attention to your instructors. Carry yourselves with respect and always treat others right, no matter how they treat you. Make sure you ask for help when you need it. There are available resources in many capacities through your school services. No one will know you have a need unless they hear it from you. Don't be afraid to talk to someone, an adult that can assist you and that you know can be trusted. There is no such thing as a tattletale. You could save lives, including your own. Talk to your parents. If they don't ask you how your day was, then you volunteer and tell them. You take charge of that conversation and share your thoughts, your dreams, and even your fears. Who am I to tell you these things? In the world, I'm known as a 20-year-plus business owner and currently the president of the Caddo Parish Commission. Nevertheless, none of these things matter if I'm not pleasing God by serving others. I'm grateful to share my love with the world, and I use this platform He's given me to help be the change I desire to see. I'm just a girl who believed that she could, and so she does. Remember, always be who you are, because everyone else is already taken. You are an original, not a copy. Leaders listen to their parents. Leaders listen to their teachers, their mentors, and their peers. You'll learn to experience and adapt to new circumstances. This is exciting, a brand new adventure, but you have to be prepared. You have to be flexible. You have to be creative, and you have to enjoy your work. When you get on the right track early in life, you won't have to play catch up. Let this be your best school year ever. Matter of fact, start living your best life today. God bless you and keep you is my prayer.
Thank you, Commissioner.
You gotta do that at the school board meeting.
You're welcome, Commissioner. Maybe I should, huh?
Yeah.
All right. And on the last note, I just want to share these sentiments also. As I drove around the city this past weekend, there were so many events that were taking place, and things seemed to be going on as normal as we knew that they are. As I looked around, the casino lines were long just to park your cars, and the malls were packed with shoppers. The businesses were profiting, even food trucks and outdoor events. I truly believe that it appears that we are moving forward economically and even socially. Even with all the good vibes and positive environments, I could not help the ache in my heart for the newborn baby, Queen Dean, who was killed by a coward drive-by shooting. I hurt for that baby. I hurt for that mother, that father, their family, and this community.
Amen.
I want to encourage our police department by saying, I am praying for you. I'm praying for your wisdom with all cases, but especially this one. Because if there's someone who is heartless and killing an infant, in fact, that can live with themselves, we have a serious killer in our city who needs to be apprehended.
Yes, indeed.
I beg the public today to please share any information that you can help to solve this case. Even a small bit can make a difference. It's not snitching. It's helping to start healing for this family.
Amen.
And this community.
That's right.
Please call Crime Stoppers or the police department with your information. Thank you. This concludes my president's report today.
This time we have no other business.
Motion to adjourn.
Been moved in second. You are adjourned.
John, you won your election.